from $3 a day to $21 a day.
Maybe now she's saying she can have 3 meals from her meal.
She can eat 3 meals. She can feed her family 3 meals a day. It's that simple parable of giving someone fish or teaching them to fish. Microloans are how you teach somebody to fish.
The gifts in November.
Yeah. And she just gave us the nicest compliment that we've received. What did she say, Moses?
She said our money is blessed.
Our money's blessed. Are you ready? Muvule, say it, Muvule! Muvule has proven that change is possible. We have transformed entire communities of slums and brought hope to Africa's poorest. Now we are asking for your help on our mission to put extreme poverty in the history books. By donating as little as $25, you can change the outlook of someone's life forever. This is how it's possible. My name is Clark Varen, and together with my business partner Moses Muwanguzi, we started Muvule Financing, a microfinance institution headquartered in Kampala, Uganda, with the mission to empower the poorest of the poor in Africa. Moses is a Ugandan social entrepreneur who grew up as an orphan in extreme poverty. And despite his parents passing away during the AIDS epidemic, Moses never lost hope. Through sheer determination and faith, he is now my co-founder and the CEO of Muvule Financing, which is like a development bank for the poorest of the poor. We have 11 branches and 50 employees in Uganda, and we've lifted tens of thousands of people out of poverty. Plus, Moses has started a school that provides free education for 1,000 kids in his hometown, where he had to walk 20 miles a day for his own education. So Moses, this is where you went to school, huh?
Yeah.
I am a globally conscious serial entrepreneur and international keynote speaker on impact investing, and my mission is to heal our planet through impact investments and philanthropy, starting by creating hope for the poor. And today I'd like to share with you the most effective way on earth to end extreme poverty, which is the source of the world's biggest humanitarian problems. We have the tools to change, but we can't depend on our governments or the United Nations or powerful leaders to save the world for us. If we want to see big things happen, it takes a lot of small acts of kindness. So what do? Do we give away our money to the poor? No, because donations are like a band-aid, but it does not get to the root issue. In fact, they can cause an infection and make the problem worse. From 1970 to 2000, $2 trillion were donated to countries in Africa. And during that time, poverty grew from 11% to 66%. Yes, donations made poverty worse, not better. The reason why is explained in books like Dead Aid and Toxic Charity when helping hurts.
Moyo argues aid is not a solution, it's the problem.
I don't agree with the message. Fundamentally, I don't think Africa needs more aid. I think it needs less aid.
When you give someone free food, why should they work? Donations disempower people, and they work against the people who are actually working to earn their living. We saw this happen under the Clinton administration. When USA donated free rice to Haiti, people stopped working, and it put rice farmers out of business. Tom Shoes did the same thing with free shoes. They gave away free shoes, putting the shoemakers out of business, and a few months later, more people were shoeless than before. Of course, this was not their intention, but what we must understand is that donations do not lead to economic development. What has brought wealth to every single community on earth and what will bring wealth to the poor is entrepreneurship and employment. People do not need handouts, nor do they really want handouts. People want work. That's what we help people do at Muvule. We give them loans to start or grow businesses, which empowers them to earn their way out of poverty, not with a handout. Last year, we did an impact study to see how effective our average loan was. So I asked 10 of our branch managers to interview 30 people from their branches to determine how the microloan has changed people's income, their nutrition, the education for their kids, and housing. After collecting this data, we discovered that our average client was making $3 a day before their loan. Our average loan was only $150. And within 12 months, they were on average making $15 per day.
From $3 a day to $21 a day.
Not through donations, but through hard work, through determination, through empowerment, and a little bit of business coaching. But even more importantly, that one person's employment was able to properly feed 5 people who were previously malnourished. They were able to put 3 kids in school who were not receiving consistent education.
So 3 kids weren't going to school, now they're in school. That's the impact of Muvule.
And 80% of our borrowers made enough money that they were able to save and then invest into their home.
Did you hear that? He bought land, he's building his house. That's the dream. That's the Ugandan dream. That's the Ugandan dream.
Now that is the true proof of real economic development. Now let's do some math. If $150 can help a family of 5 out of poverty every year, then that means after 30 years, $150 will go on to change 150 lives. So for every dollar you donate, you will change someone's life within 30 years. Our goal is to raise $100 million and to change 100 million lives over the next 30 years. But it starts with you, by making a small act of kindness, multiplied by everyone who watches this video. We will be able to make a serious dent in the course of humanity. So this is my calling to you. Give thanks for everything you have in this world. Give thanks for your home. Give thanks for your family and the food that you eat. We take so much for granted, despite the fact that we have so much to be grateful for. So let's take a moment to remember that over 1 billion people go to bed hungry every night. What if you were born into that billion? I believe one of the core purposes of humanity is to care for one another, even those we don't know. That's why putting an end to extreme suffering will be the greatest achievement of humankind, because it fulfills part of our humanity's core purpose on this earth. And the benefit to you is that every time you give, you will receive 10 times whatever has been given. Don't you believe that's true? You cannot deny that feeling grateful and giving generously from a pure heart is what fills up our cup as human beings. It's how we achieve fulfillment, because the secret to living is giving. This is the mission that I'm on, and it's what fills me up with so much joy, fulfillment, and passion. So if you haven't yet done so, commit to a life of helping others. And I ask you, please donate what you are able and empower these people, who are the hardest working people on earth, to help them escape the cycle of poverty, and to live a life of hope for a better future. We all need hope. Pain only becomes suffering when there is no light for a better future. So I ask you to give generously, because this is a donation that never stops giving. And it will be part of your legacy that will be felt throughout history forever.
From $3 a day to $21 a day. She finished her first loan in 2
But just because
So she takes the fabric from scratch and makes all of these herself by hand.
in the beginning, before she got a loan, she only had a sewing machine, but she didn't have material in the fabric to make things out. So it was of no use, because if you have only the sewing machine and you don't have the fabric, then you're good as someone who has nothing.
Do you guys hear that? It's like having a car but no gas. You own the sewing machine and you don't have any fabric, so how are you gonna make money? Nada. She finished her loan, a 6-month loan. She
Before
paid it.
6 months elapsed.
She paid it back in advance because she was making so much money, that $21 a day, if you can't remember. And then a top up is we gave her a second loan for even more money so she could do even more great things. You are our best client. We love you. We love you. Thank you so much. These women who watch each other's backs, someone buys their potatoes from her and they say, hey, you need cabbage? Go buy it from the lady that's in my trust group, because I want her to be well off too, because I don't want to have to pay her loan in case she defaults, right? And it's this community accountability that makes microfinance work, right? So from $3 a day to $16 a day, 1 year. Muvule, oi! Muvule, oi! I just met this gentleman here. What's your name?
Bashir.
Bashir, nice to meet you. So Bashir, what is it that you do? You sell tomatoes?
Tomatoes and onions.
Alright, we got some green beans, some peppers, some eggplant. This is a classic scenario because he just didn't have enough stock, had not much to sell, and now he clearly has quite a bit more to sell. What was your original stock?
We had like 2 basins.
2 basins of tomatoes, and none of this. So did you hear that? He had 2 basins of tomatoes. Now he sells all of this variety. And what was your daily profits before the loan, for the first loan, and what is it? The reason why I ask about the daily profits is because the core value of Muvule is what, Moses? Results. We want to see results, numbers on it. So
he's saying initially he could make profits of 20,000, now he's making 50,000.
okay, so he went from 20,000, which is like $7. He's now at 50, which is a little bit more than like 12.
Yeah, which is really good.
So he about doubled his income. We're in a very unique market here. You know, this is a very evident place where a microfinance institution would go to give loans. So we have around 100 businesses. Yeah. So my question is, of 100 businesses, why would the people here choose Muvule over other institutions? So the women here switched from their previous microfinance institutions who were charging them too much interest, who weren't giving them good customer service, who weren't taking care of them, who weren't giving them easy repayment schedules, to Muvule. Why? Because we have higher touch, we have better customer service. We care about our customers. When they have genuine problems, we refinance. We're very flexible with them, and perhaps we can give them longer payment terms. And we have market low interest rates. And so that's why people have chosen Muvule. Is that right?
Yeah.
How did it change your family's life?
Okay, we can feed his family well and take his children to school, and for him to have something around himself as a man, something around him.
Okay. And were the kids going to school before the loan?
Right now we are in Bukono Market. This is one of the biggest markets of the region, Bukono district. And guess what? Nobody has an office there. So she's one of our good clients. She's called Jaria.
Jalia. Nice to meet you, Jalia.
Yeah, Jaria, this is the second loan. She took the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one. Wow, she's saying that the loan helped her to take her kids to school.
How many kids does she have?
She has 4 school-going kids.
4 kids.
Yes.
And
they all go to school.
And before, were they going to school before the loan?
Yes, they were all going to school, but now she took them to a better school.
Ah, improving their education. I love it.
Their education.
Yeah.
Yes, and added on the capital, and of course missing the basic needs at her place. That's what she's saying. She has all this now.
So this is your store. Wow. No. And now the kids are in school.
Yes.
So 3 kids weren't going to school. Now they're in school. That's the impact of Muvule.